Hi folks, welcome back. Thank you for watching. Please do hit subscribe if you haven't done so yet. It really does help when you do that. So today folks, we're going to be talking about the Klon Centaur. Now, full disclosure from the start, I have never played an original Klon, and nor would I ever aspire to own one given what they sell for nowadays. But I do like how they sound. So this is the clone I've had on my pedalboard for a good few years now, the common or garden Wampler Tumnus. A brilliant boutique clone in a mini footprint format, so it's very easy to fit on your pedalboard. Now, people who have compared these to original Klons have said two things about them. Firstly, the Tumnus has slightly more low end than a Klon typically would, and also the kind of nasally upper mid-range that defines a Klon is slightly softer in this pedal than the original. So this is definitely more suited to being used as a standalone overdrive pedal rather than a boost, and also more suited to kind of playing on your own in your bedroom rather than using it in a mix or a band context to really help you cut through. So I've really enjoyed the extra low end on this pedal because I have been using it as a standalone overdrive, but more recently I've wanted to use it for what the Klon was kind of originally intended for, which is boosting into an already cooking amp. And the extra low end on this pedal does have a habit of making your tone a little bit kind of mushy and cloudy when you do that. So I've been on the hunt for a new clone, ideally in a mini footprint format so I don't have to completely rebuild my pedalboard, and this has just turned up this morning from Barcelona. This is the Decibelics Golden Horse. Now these are all handmade one at a time by a lovely chap called Guillem, and he has a few original Klons, and he's modelled this on his best sounding one, and as you'll see in the video now, it is absolutely dead on. So in an A-B comparison, you cannot distinguish this from his original Klon. Now, if you look inside the Tumnus, yes, I know the components are on the other side of the board, but it's a little bit dull to look at. If you look inside the Golden Horse, it is an absolute work of art. The attention to detail in this pedal is phenomenal, and it uses everything that the original Klon would have used. New old stock diodes, the so-called mythical diodes, the exact value and manufacture of capacitors. It is nerdy beyond belief in a totally good way. So I am hoping that this kind of ends my Klon journey and takes me right into the territory of what the Klon circuit actually is, rather than the slightly tweaked version that the Tumnus is. So today I'm going to put these two pedals side by side to see how they compare, because this is very available. This is, as I said, hand built one at a time, so I want to see whether it was worth the wait. So without further ado folks, let's get cloning. there we are, folks. Now, please do comment underneath this video. Let me know what you think of these pedals, which did you prefer, and why. I do love chatting nerdy guitar stuff with you guys and reading all of your comments. But given everything I've listened to and all the demos of Klons I've heard over the years, the Golden Horse sounds more like a Klon to me. It doesn't have that extra low end that the Tumnus has, and the upper mid-range is right where I want it to be. The Tumnus is definitely softer up top. Now, I was trying to compensate in that video with the Tumnus by boosting the treble ever so slightly to try and get that sort of top end back in, just in case it was a sort of difference in values and tolerance between the parts used, but it's in a completely different frequency range. You can make the high end really sizzle, but you cannot get those upper mids back. Now, as I said at the start of the video, I think the Tumnus is more suited to being used as a standalone overdrive. That extra low end and the slightly more relaxed mids does give a kind of nicer sound, but that's not really what the Klon circuit is all about. It's all about those mids and kind of shelving off a bit of low end to really boost a cooking amp and kind of get you heard in a mix. So I do think this is more suited to kind of bedroom use and kind of being used as a standalone pedal. This is definitely more true to the original circuit in that it works so much better at boosting into a cooking amp, as you heard at the end there with the Dan Electro. But as always, it's personal preference. Just because this is more true to the original doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to prefer it. So please do comment underneath. I would love to chat about it with you guys. So thank you for watching, folks. Please do carry on subscribing to this channel. It really does help when you do that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.